Stop killing your servos, guys. Come on, I see servos all the time. Oh, this servo failed here, this servo failed there. And then they post a picture of their vehicle and you're like, yeah, that's why. Well, we are going to get into steering leverages, wheel scrub, proper steering, and also driving. Now, one of the most important things you can do is to set your endpoints correctly. When you have endpoints set up, and say it's on a 2-speed or a dig truck or with the differential lockers like on a TRX4, if you don't have those endpoints set up, that servo is constantly working. And like with the 2-speed or a dig, if you turn that vehicle on, you got the radio on, everything. If that stuff isn't fully engaged, okay, you're going to turn it on, sit back, chat with your buddies, all the while your servo is burning up. So, guys, we're going to mess around with a little bit of all that right here, right now. Take a look. Every brand of servo you see here, everything from the Hexfly to the Traxxas to the Hobby King to the Spectrum to the High Tech, and including Reefs, I have either burned up or broken at least one servo from each of these. And that happens over time as you learn. Because, well, you know, endpoints and abuse and having a stock horn or a metal horn where you really need a servo saver, you know, things like that. So I'm going to show you guys a lot of things commonly done to trucks that really do not help the situation at all. So let's get to those vehicles. Let's talk about servo voltage. You can see the RAW500 here is good from 4.8 to 8.4. The 777 is good for 10 volts to 14 volts. Yeah, 3S, that's where it's at on that one. Stay within the voltage range. If you stay within the ranges, you'll get the best performance. And I have overvolted both of these servos, and believe it or not, it's just not worth the risk. Usually, you know, the RAW500, I generally run that at 8 volts on most every truck. You know, if they have a BEC. If not, I just have to go to 7.4 according to the ESC. But anyway, that's the thoughts on voltage. If you have a 2-speed or a dig unit like this one has, sometimes you turn things on and they don't engage all the way. That right there. See that movement just a little bit when I wiggled the front? That servo would have actually been working all it could to get that last little bit and would have burnt up while we're chatting with our buddies. What is wheel scrub? If you turn your tires and they do this, that's no wheel scrub. If you have wheel scrub, your tire will literally roll and do like that around the access point way out here. That is wheel scrub. One of the worst things you can do to a vehicle is add wheel spacers or wheel wideners. This is, every time I shoot with this vehicle, I always point out how I don't like this. Not only is it more stuff to catch on, I mean, look at this. You can catch on everything with this. It also adds a lot of wheel scrub. Let's see if I can get this in here. Watch this. See all that wheel scrub? That does not help the servo at all. Does it help with side hilling? Well, yeah, you're making it wider. Does it help with cornering? Well, yeah, it makes it wider. But look at the leverages you've got here. From the pivot point, which is that bolt right there down to there. I should be using like another hand here. You have this much leverage right here. This over to here to your servo. Then you have all of this working against that. Working against all of this. So you put this on your vehicle. The next thing you know, now your servo's too weak. Or, man, I can't keep servos in there. Well, it's because you added all these wideners to it. All in the pursuit of making it side hill better. Well, guys, I mean, it may side hill better, but I'm just not a fan of that at all. Mainly because of the wheel scrub, like I've already showed you, and all the leverages. That's just pretty bad. This servo right here, believe it or not, has survived. I believe the reason it survived is it's so weak that when you do hit it and it jacks it like this, it just simply gives up and rotates with the gears. But yeah, that is never a good thing. Monster trucks are known to have a lot of wheel scrub. You can see that right there. And these don't come with any 8-degree C-hubs or anything to angle it down into it. So what you end up with is a lot of wheel scrub. This tire just simply turns all the way around, and they absolutely will tear up servos. I've got a servo saver by Freestyle, and I've got a dampener. So, and much the same way as a real monster truck, they have all the wheel to the outside, so they have a lot of wheel scrub. So they beef up the axle housings majorly bad. So that's kind of what we do as well, right? So yeah, it's just one of those things that you got to deal with a monster truck. This is SV2. I want you guys to look at something here. The C-hub actually has the angle on it. Watch the wheel scrub of this. Notice the tire is basically pivoting at about right there. It's not walking around. So that is a huge thing, and it really helps out. It means I don't need a 1,000-ounce servo to turn it, and I don't need, you know, all kinds of beef and stuff to actually keep this alive. It's a really efficient system. So that was SV2, and that's also SV1 is the same way. The stock Traxxas TRX4. You can see there's an angle on that. I've got it upside down, obviously, but watch the tire. It is almost axing, our axis is about right here. That's perfectly in line with that. That is not bad. And you compare this versus the other truck, which I'll show you in just a second. This one versus this. This one turns, you know, like I showed you, really nice. Look at this one. Everything just swings kind of bad. This, as far as mechanically goes, is way better. Now let's look at something completely different. This is a racer. I want you guys to see how the knuckle assembly and all that is set up in here. Got a little bit of an angle on that as well. Watch this when I turn it. See that? That's proper steering geometry, proper angles, virtually no scrub. And that's why these, especially most of your e-buggies, they run so good and they're so predictable on the track. If this had wheel scrub, like what most of my crawlers have, it'll be so hard to drive because every bump will just simply knock it like this. As right here, you knock it like that, it really doesn't really do a whole lot to it. But like on the outside, you can still push it. On the inside, it actually tries to go in. Just a whole different world of RC right here, but I just felt the need to show you guys. The vehicle I'm going to use to show you what not to do is the brand new Traxxas 2021 Bronco. Partly because I really don't care about the stock servo, and it's weak, which will be easy to show what I got to show. Now, let's get it outside. You're climbing up. You're making that climb. You get to the top of the climb. All right, everybody, I made it. And you do this number right here. See that servo? See those tires? They're still turned. That servo is under full load right now. See this right here? Full load. That will burn up a servo. You're gonna climb it up. You're gonna say, oh guys, I made the climb. And you're gonna sit there bragging. All the while your servo is burning up. You come down, you want to prop it on something so it doesn't drift. So you just prop it up on a rock over there and then you let up. Look at that. Again, that servo is maxed out. If you're going to sit there like that, have some thoughts and just turn your steering wheel like this to try to match the angle. That can really help your servo survive. What I just showed you can burn up a servo. This can break servo gears. Boom. Simple little hits like that. If your angles, if you have those wideners on there, that's a much bigger hit to the servo, the linkage, the knuckles, and all that. That's nothing for this because it's actually doing its job correctly. The tires aren't over foamed, so the tires are also absorbing some of the hit. So That's easy for this one. When you're driving through a boulder field, kind of like this right here, you got to watch your steering as well. More so about tire placement, because you get into a spot like this, you drop it down, look at that, I'm stalled right there. Now granted, a much stronger servo will just simply turn it and you won't have such an easy stall, but still the load is going to be there. So you're going to sit here, climb on up. Like this right here, trying to turn into this to get the angle. See how stalled we are? So if I'm sitting here and I'm just turning it, oh man, okay, let's try to get that to go, try to get that to go. The whole while that servo is giving all it's got. And you can have really nice servos that can really take that kind of abuse. And you can have servos like what's in here, which are known to not take that kind of abuse. This right here, just simply pushing up against this and stopping because, you know, well, I want to talk to my buddies. That servo is under full load. There we go. You get over it like this right here, not too bad. Servo's just sitting there. You can sit there and chat all day long. I just see a lot of guys complaining about, oh, their servo burnt up. It's like, okay, what were you doing to it? All I did was turn it on. Well, okay. But anyway, those are some of the more common things I see. Well, guys, so when you watch how I drive my trucks, when you watch really closely, like you really zoom in on all that, you'll notice a few things now that I've showed you guys this. When I'm driving and I'm stopping the vehicle, I don't stop on a loaded area. As in, I don't stop where the drag brake is loaded. At least I try not to, and I don't stop where the steering is loaded. Yeah, pay attention to that now. You'll notice it on every driving video I do, especially with the crawlers. It's just something I've always done, and it's paid off by servos lasting a lot longer. Now, impacts, you know, the impact out I showed isn't a whole lot because I really don't want to tear this up. But, you know, you have all that wheel out there, those wideners, you just got that jam, just jamming the heck out of all your linkages and everything. Break your knuckles, break the servo horn, strip out your servo gears, all those things. Plus the added power it takes to make the turn with all the scrub that can burn up your servo. I'm just not a fan of wheel wideners. I have a box of different wheel wideners for different applications. In case I want to use, say, clodbuster tires on something like this, you need that wheel widener because of the entire offset, or the total offset of that wheel just brings it in too far. So that I've done in the past. But yeah, that TRX, the Mega Bouncer, is the only thing you're going to see that I've got, you know, out like that. And I'd like to have a TRX axle that was about 3 inches wider. That would be nice. But anyway, guys, hopefully I was able to show you guys something, maybe solve your issues. You know, if you constantly killing servos, maybe turn that driver mod on. Anyway, guys, check that description. I will put links down there to several servos. Check that out. I'll go ahead and link up the Bronco since I got that. There are affiliate links: AMain, eBay, Amazon, and Horizon. Use those links to support the channel. Guys, thank you all for watching. Guys, if you like what you see, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ring that bell. So, in the description, there's a link to become a channel member. If you want to become a channel member, it's a very simple $2, $5, $10, or if you really got some money, $25 a month. It's a simple way to support the channel. So, get that, and I am doing monthly giveaways for members only, so you might want to consider it. So, guys, use those links. Make sure you're subscribed. Thank you all for watching.